Did the market reach its bottom on April 7th?
I think so. If we don't have any more tariff pressures, if there's not any more infighting with him and Jerome Powell, I think we did reach that bottom. Um, also be mindful of a lot of money flows in at the end of March, top of April from funds into the market. So I did say once we hit that route that in 60 days we should recover. It looks like we're on pace for that. I don't see a big drop to surpass that maybe until maybe August. It just really depends. Same with Elon. It depends on what the vision and plan is for the nation. He can stabilize some of this if he just stopped going off course. No nation or no institution likes a leader that says, "This is my firm plan. We're going to war." Then the next day, well, we're going to war, but just with drones or just with boots on ground. It's like once a plan is in place, you have to stick to it. If we see a lot more stick-to-itiveness from him, I think we'll be okay. To be able to stabilize for a while.
Yeah, I'm with you. And if you look at the EMAs, the 200-day was at 56.66. And so on the 7th of April, we were at, I think, 50.96.
Yeah.
And so you nearly were under 5,000 for the first time since probably March of 24. So it kind of feels that way. When you're that far away from your 200-day, you're that far away from your 400, it's starting to feel like, all right, this might be the place where we're stops here and we'll start to see some certainty coming back into the market. We're starting to hear some ease about, obviously, the semis maybe having some exemptions. You're starting to hear some auto exemptions. Tesla just got an exemption. So with our administration is saying that we're getting closer to negotiations with China, even though they've denied even speaking to us. So we'll see. I think May 3rd, when one of the 90 days expires. We'll see if that gets extended or another tariff gets inflicted. But it feels like, what was that? What do you call it? Wasn't Judgment Day? Liberation Day? Was that what you called it? On April 3rd? Yeah, I think that the 7th might be one of those days we circle and look back like, all right, that was the floor.
But it's hard to say that, though, because once again, technical indicators, you really can't use that when you have things that's out of the realm of that, which is him, Donald Trump. He's extremely unpredictable, and he's liable to do things at any moment that can potentially still send this whole thing into further spiral. Global recession, that's not totally off the table yet. Like, we haven't landed yet. He keeps talking about we're getting deals, but we haven't gotten one deal yet, right? Like, he's saying like we're negotiating with 60 countries. He hasn't named one country, and we haven't closed one deal. He extended this for 60 days or 90 days. Like, eventually that extension is going to have to come up.
And then he
said he's making progress with China. China denies that. China said that they're going to fight until there's no tariffs. They're not compromising. He said that China said that they're not compromising. So,
but they also said they were going to take off reciprocal. China did say that, the 125% reciprocal.
On their end, but I'm talking about for the other side. So I look at it like, yeah, probably, but
I think that's it.
There's a lot of unanswered variables.
But
it's sitting at another 25%.
For sure.
I think, Ian, what you kind of going is like, I know you raise your hand, like you can't predict it, but like if we can't just say like no, if you have to get an answer, like these are the reasons why you can justify that answer. Sometimes you got to use the technicals to see historically what has happened, right? So like based on that, does it feel like it could have been the floor? Yeah, during the pandemic, we could have said the same thing in March of 2020. Does this look like the floor? Like, well, we don't know. When is the world going to open back up? Has that been priced in already? Like all these things, you got to take that into account. But yeah, of course, there's still uncertainty. Like 90 days, TikTok got banned for 90 days, and it got banned for another. Like, who knows? He'll keep extending it until it makes sense for him.
The thing with being an investor and trader, too many traders look for technicals first and not danger first. I've always said this. I look for worst case scenario first. Please write this down. That's why when people start to look at that's why my thing about 70-30 is too wide of a margin. If you're going to use it, I've always said 95-5. Because it puts you at the most extremes of the market. And once again, too many traders or investors always say that they're one or another, but you have to be technical, fundamental, and macro driven to factor in all the data points. Here's some tough love. How about y'all take y'all ass in Chat GPT and go from 1827 through now, every event that has happened that is in the market lower than 21%, factor it in and see what of those can happen over the next 4 or 5 years. Easy solution. You can listen to me if I made your money. Just put yes in chat.
The historical perspective. Now that's a good way to use your Chat GPT.
Perfect way.
Yeah.
I was in Chat GPT before opening. I had it out to the public.
But what do you know?
And I'm gonna just say this too: y'all don't put in enough work. Like if you can't see certain things coming, and Rashad, you brought this up last episode. We know what he's going to do this presidency because he did it the last, with the exception of the tariffs. Every mistake that he can make, people leave out the COVID run and some things towards the end of his election. There was a lot of missteps there. You can factor those in, plot those in. If these events act as a world-class investor, if these events happen again during this election, how far could that be slide? But if y'all get out the comments on the negativity in the shade room, then for those of you who are here, I appreciate it. For those of you may be watching on the clip, spend more time prompting what could happen to prepare for the disaster before it comes, because it doesn't matter once it happens and you've already gotten in 5% from the high and then the contagion happens.
Yes, sir.
Just my thoughts. Rashad, you got me amped up. It's your fault. It's my passion talking.